My name is Calvin. I currently own two rentals, so two single family homes, in addition to my primary. But I also rent out rooms in my primary. My personal long term goal, I should say, as I think most people who are in this, is financial independence and just really relying less on my W 2. Long term, looking at these investment properties, this is one vehicle that I'm taking to get to those goals, amongst other things as well. So I chose to hire a property manager really because I didn't want to become financially independent and just create a new job for myself um, when I'm leaving my current job. So rather, that's not really true financial independence. That's really just moving on to another job. So when I take this approach, I think about how can I make it self-sufficient and for something that I can really actually just step away, really gaining back that time, which is the goal. So I reached out to 1836 through a referral. So funnily enough, when I was self-managing, I ran into some tenant issues and actually had to get a consult from a real estate attorney. And through that interaction, we managed to, I think, resolve the issue. But I also had the realization of not only do I not want to create another job for myself through this, but these are the things that these headaches and these other kind of, I would say, client relations type of activities wasn't something I really wanted to do long term. And so I actually got the referral from him. And I don't regret it at all. I think as with any new relationship, right, you're always going to be a little bit hesitant when you start. A referral with someone that you've worked with or really helps. Online reviews help. But really what you're looking at is performance. So I've been with 1836 for a little bit more than a year. And I think from a performance perspective, I don't really have any criticism at all. And I think I didn't really have that true realization that 1836 was actually, a well-oiled machine and working very well until I recently acquired a different property in a city that 1836 doesn't support. So I'm working with a different property management company. I won't name them, but I think just having a direct comparison in between them and 1836 really shows how well organized y'all are and how effective the communication is. And it really just, I think the other company just leaves a lot to be desired once I've used y'all as a baseline. It makes a difference. And I think the communication style is really important, that relationship building. And at least with the property manager that I was working with, Melanie, she did a really fantastic job with that. In some ways, I think with the passage of time, your investments grow, assuming that the markets is doing well as well. But yeah, from when I first started, I definitely am much further along the path to my goal. And I highly recommend tracking for people who are on that path to financial independence. Really keeps you motivated and lets you make adjustments along the way. I think my initial projections, I would say, was a lot longer in terms of reaching my goal, but I think just with all the craziness during the pandemic and what's happened to the real estate market, and being located in Austin and investing in Austin, it moved a lot faster than I originally thought, which is a good thing. I actually already have, so I can confidently say yes. So I think just maybe a thought is, so a lot of investors, and I had this idea initially as well, that you want to cash flow and save as much money as possible. So therefore you are essentially self-managing your property, right? So there's a lot of pros in that in terms of, there's a lot of learning moments that you could have. Yes, you're cash flowing a little bit more and you're saving a bit money, but you have to ask yourself, what's your long-term goal? Do you want to just create another job for yourself? Or are you trying to, create a framework that you can step away from, a system that you can step away from? So if it's the latter, then I would, look into 1836. So, at work, we have a real estate / real estate investor Slack channel. So people kind of past knowledge and also recommendations. So 1836 has been recommended already. And also I think with I believe one of my friends who also is a real estate investor, I've also mentioned y'all. They're currently self-managing, and I think they're getting to the point where that's not working out for them. So yes, confidently yes.